seen, and maybe you already are an Ed Begley Jr. Maybe you are Ed. Hi, Ed. But, I think a lot of us are, we know the words and we're doing things to be smarter and greener, but we still could go a little bit further. Living green, being sustainable, the carbon footprint. There's a lot of words that are in our vocabulary now, right? That's a good thing. But is it going to be realistic? Is it affordable? And maybe there's more words that we should incorporate and more things that we should incorporate into our home. And so with me is someone who can help us, Polly Osborne. No relation to those other Osbornes, right?
No relation.
Just had to be sure. And you're an architect in Los Angeles whose mission is really to help us embrace all this. And I love the word that I learned from your website, a pioneer.
Oh,
so
yes.
How do we become a pioneer?
Well, pioneers is a group in California here. Actually, I'm not sure how far they extend, but they're a group that invite speakers to come and talk about different ways to interact with the environment and make use of the lessons that nature has to teach us.
Are you encouraged by where we are in terms of people, average people, not quite as green as you, I'm guessing, but those of us who are trying and doing our own thing, are we making some improvements?
Oh yeah. It's really exciting for me. I've been trying to push green things my whole career, and all of a sudden everybody's on board, and it's just great. And plus, which all the manufacturers are starting to come out with green things and a lot more choices on what we can do. And it's really exciting. I'm loving it.
Well, you really have done some amazing things and creative things over your career. And I just thought maybe we could learn some more of the words first, and then you could perhaps guide us on how we can be greener more affordably. Because there is a perception, I think, by some that maybe it's not attainable or maybe you can't afford it. But you say, bah, humbug, that's a myth. We can do this. Don't feel worried about it, right? So, but first, tell me, what is passive solar? That sounds like something really geeky green.
It's a way of heating and cooling your house that is about the cheapest thing you can do, assuming that you're starting from scratch on a house or you're doing a major remodel. Because passive solar means you're just letting the sun heat your house, and at the same time, using ventilation to cool your house.
I think we have a lot of passive solar today.
Yeah.
The air conditioning can't keep up, right?
Yeah. Well, we're in a climate here where there's really no need for air conditioning. There's really no need for heating if we had built our houses to start with using the concepts of passive solar and natural ventilation.
So why are we in this mess then? Because a lot of our homes that are 1950 homes, 1960s, they aren't quite there, are they?
Not at all.
Yeah.
They're really far from there, and it's because somehow we started going inside and forgetting about nature and forgetting about outside. And Nick wasn't around to build us all beautiful outdoor rooms to remind us that we have an excellent climate here. And if you design for that climate instead of cookie cutter houses from who knows where, it really started actually with the Victorian architecture, where architecture was getting imported from a totally different place and had nothing to do with the environment here. I know that's going way back, but right around the time the Spaniards stopped being the popular way to build and the Victorians started, there was a loss of reception to what our environment had to offer.
Really? Huh. Well, thank goodness, I guess we're getting a new perspective.
Yeah.
Thanks for people like you. And so more of these different words that intrigued me when I was going through your file. Hydronic radiant systems. Now, what is that?
Oh, well, this is a very nice thing, particularly for people that are concerned with indoor air quality. If your heating is done through heated pipes in your floor, then you don't have particulates floating around in your air conditioning ducts because you don't have any ducts. And you can also run those pipes up onto the roof and take in a little solar energy up there and then bring it back down onto your floor. And you can also have the sun on the south side of your house hitting those floors and heating those pipes. So there's many different ways in which a heated floor can be taken advantage of.
As I'm listening to some of these different methods, I'm wondering for people who are either in an existing home and they can't start fresh. I mean, they're kind of stuck where they are, right? But they want to make some adjustments, or maybe they're in renting. When we get back from this break, if you could help us, what can you do to be empowered to do some of these things? I mean, you aren't building a whole new house necessarily, right?
Yeah, there's things you can do.
Okay, good. We got some encouragement. All right, you can call on in. Maybe you have a question. It's 888-KFWB 980, 888-539-2980. Be sure to go to the website, cindydole.com, because as you're listening and you're hearing something, boy, I didn't get to write that down. You can go back later. All the shows are there. In fact, all those scary pictures from our Halloween haunts, guys, they're up there too. cindydole.com. I'm back in a minute. The fun is not even over yet.